Now, if you blow it up that close, obviously your arms and legs are flying all over the place, I would imagine. Do they pick up your pieces and bring them back to the gulag?
They actually just take my dog tags and they run off, laughing and giggling.
Pay attention. Creepy weirdo.
I would like a strong, powerful woman to protect me.
He'll fight for America.
Yeah, Poopy Square.
The Playable Characters Podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to level 182 of Playable Characters Podcast. People, we are close to 200. Somebody stop me, please. Sound like Jim Carrey. Before I do 200 episodes of this podcast. Mama said, and could it be done? But here we are, everybody. We're having a good time. Hey, it's October. Halloween's canceled, I think. The world's canceled. We don't know what's going on. But I appreciate you listening to this. Oh, by the way, quick update. I did get my PS5 pre-order in, everybody. I still may cancel it. I don't know why. I still want it, but I feel like my TV is not good enough to take advantage of all the PS5 features. I ain't got no teraflops in that TV. I don't know. We'll see what happens in a month once it gets close to the release date. But I'm excited I got one from Target. Thank you, Target. People, we're going to dive right in because we have today with us one of the, I guess, a star or one of the main characters of one of my current favorite games, which I didn't know was going to be one of my favorite games. I play it all the time with my squad friends, and it's super fun. So we have with us today a Corporal from Call of Duty, the biggest franchise in the world, Call of Duty. How are you, sir? Welcome to the show.
How are you today, sir?
I'm very, very professional. I'm sorry. I'm doing great, sir. Thank you. Should I say sir after each thing I say, sir? It's like that Hamilton song, sir.
Sir, that's not necessarily necessary.
Okay.
I would call you sir, being that you are a civilian,
Gotcha.
as a sign of respect. But you can actually address me as Corporal Jones.
Corporal Jones. I love it. That sounds like a movie. Corporal Jones. Are you in a movie? You're not in a movie.
I was not in any movies, sir.
Okay. So, Corporal, that is that I don't know the ranking. Is that good? Is it high up in the army or military fields?
Unfortunately, it is not.
Okay. Sorry.
I at one point I was a staff size sergeant. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I was recently demoted back to corporal.
Oh, what happened? Were you playing gun game and someone just stabbed you?
Too many times in the gulag, sir.
Yo, that gulag, man. That is some deadly shit. That is not fun, right? You're a bunch of like open bathrooms, people walking around shooting people. That's not safe.
Not at all, sir. Not at all. It is pretty much hell on earth.
Yeah, I mean, what? I guess you know what? Hey, if you get captured, if you're capturing an enemy, what's one of the worst places you could put them? Stinky ass bathroom, right? I would guess. That's what I would do if I was in their situation. I could be wrong.
I would say that's probably at pretty much the top of the list.
Yeah,
because they do not clean those bathrooms in the gulag, not one bit.
No, they don't. You can tell it's filthy in there. I'm very sorry. So you've been in there a bunch of times, you're saying?
Way too many times to count, sir.
So you've been caught a lot, or are you good at your job? I don't know.
I've been killed in action 1,047 times.
Holy shit. Okay, let me ask you this. First of all, I'm so sorry. Thank you for your services over and over and over again. Do you have, or does the Army have this special respawn serum? How are you going back? First of all, why are you going back out on the battlefield, and how, if you've been killed over 1,000 times?
I hate to correct you, but I am in the Marine Corps, URA. And I was part of a special program where we were indoctrinated into the video game system, and I've been in the video game system as far as my family have been in the video game system for the last 50 years, sir.
Oh, so it's kind of like a Matrix thing. They just kind of hook your head up to this big ass wire and you're in there? Is it sort of like that?
Precisely, sir.
Oh,
I have a 50-year contract with the United States government, with the United States Marine Corps, where I will be in the game systems for the next 50 years of my life.
Okay, sounds great. Job security, right? That seems like a very good thing. Is this what you want to do for 50 years? Does it hurt? I guess I'm asking, like, 50 years is a long time.
I wouldn't necessarily say that it hurts my physical body on the outside, but it does hurt my program body as well as my pride, sir.
I bet. I mean, 1,000 times you see that number going up and up and up. You know what? I'm probably right there with you. And I'm sorry if that's my fault if I've killed you 1,000 times. but I've personally died myself that many times in the game, at least.
You have killed me personally. You have killed me 27 times.
Oh, you can see that.
Yes, sir.
I guess it's not so bad. I've died countless times. So 27 for just you is not so bad, I guess.
Indeed.
Okay.
Mind you, that 1,047 times that I have died, that is just in one gameplay.
Oh.
That is only in gun game. In Warzone, I have died 137,482 times.
Oh, so you've been in this a long time. You've been doing this a while.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm so sorry, sir. When did your contract start? You said you have 50 years. Did it just start? Do you have like 49 to go?
My contract started 6 months ago, sir.
Oh, Jesus. Now, you're young now, but can you see yourself doing this for like 45, 50 years from now? I don't know.
My body will be preserved with by the United States government and United States military. I would liken it to Demolition Man, the movie Demolition Man. I'm kind of on ice, so I will come out thriving as a young man, just as I went in.
Hey, that's not bad. I mean, granted, the Earth may not be here in 50 years, but you'll be ready to go.
But most of my family would be dead.
Yeah, that's the downside.
Luckily for me, I do not come from a great family background, so therefore I do not mind.
Okay, hey, we all have our things, right? We have some shitty family members. We all have some crazy ass uncles or brothers. I hear you. Wow. So that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, you see in movies sometimes where it's like the young person went back in time and they meet their quote unquote current wife who's like 80 years older than them, and they're like, "I still love you, baby." It doesn't seem that realistic, if I'm being honest. Right?
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be down with that. Yeah, sure, the companionship would be nice. But that's probably about it. Yeah, I don't know. This is getting weird.
Who knows how things are going to turn out in the next 49 years and 6 months? But I'm hoping for better days, sir.
Or in the next month, we could be in more trouble for the next at least 4 years. So,
this is truth.
Yeah. What was the worst thing you've seen? Was it something in the Gulag? I mean, you've been doing it for a while. You've died so many times, but you've probably seen some crazy things. What's the worst thing you've seen? The worst thing you've heard out there? Something that maybe we wouldn't know from our point of view.
Sir, permission to speak freely, sir?
Definitely.
So, living within a video game is a mindfuck in its own right.
Sure.
And it really, and I'm sorry for my French out there, but I must say that there are worse things than parachuting into a place and being immediately run over by a truck.
Been there. Guilty. I've definitely been there plenty of times.
Or being shot with a grenade launcher from roughly 6 feet away.
Does it hurt more if it's right there? Or is it better if they throw it from like 30 yards away?
I would say it probably hurts more because
pride too.
You can see it happening right before your very eyes, so you know what's coming. And the next thing you know, you wake up in the Gulag, sir.
Oh man, that freaking Gulag! Every time they get you. So do they now? If you're blown up that close, obviously your arms and legs are flying all over the place. I would imagine. Do the enemy? Do they pick up your pieces and bring them back to the Gulag?
They actually just take my dog tags and they run off, laughing and giggling.
Sons of bitches.
Not to mention the fact is one day I was sniping and then out of nowhere I was attacked by a dog on top of a building, which was absolutely absurd.
What?
He ripped me apart, sir.
How did that happen? I didn't know there was dogs in the game. I guess I'm not that far.
Yes, sir. There are dogs in the game. Players can have a side dog. And there is a special tactic where the dog will attack the other player by his neck and tear his neck open.
Oh, I've seen the bird. I've seen the killer bird, like the hawk or eagle, something like that. So it's kind of like the same thing. I just haven't gotten that kill streak, I guess. I'm not that good.
The dog is significantly worse, sir.
Oh, yeah. You can kind of swat a bird away. You can't swat a rabid German Shepherd away.
And you are correct. It is a German Shepherd.
Figured. Good dogs. Do you have a favorite gun? Is there a gun that you like to use? Do you like the kendo sticks? What kind of machine gun, shotgun? What kind of soldier are you, Corporal Jones?
I like to stick with a standard issue, the M14. The M14.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's a automatic gun. Is that what they call it?
Semi-automatic burst weapon, sir.
Semi. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I'm a big M4A1, whatever that one is. Is that is it the one you said? The M14, M4.
M14.
Okay, man, that's the one that I like a lot. Yeah, that's a good gun.
It very much is, but it really depends on what the player decides to go with. So I'm kind of at the mercy of who's playing with me at the time.
So let me get this straight. Okay, I think what I'm figuring out here is that you are one of the people that we play when we go online. And I mean, forgive me, you've probably heard some bad shit from people, from these kids, these incels that play this game. These racist incels, I'm guessing.
Sir,
yes.
The things I hear from players are worse than any war that I could have ever been in.
Is that true?
Absolutely.
I don't want you to...
Especially as one of the few black players within the game.
Right.
I hear it all.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
People play with me and purposely have the worst games of their life.
That's some top-notch racism right there.
And then scream out obscenities about me and about how I'm underperforming for them because of my race.
Like it's your fault. Give me a break. Jeez.
Yes, sir.
That's not cool. Do you ever like pretend to be a white soldier? I don't know. Would that help you at all, do you think?
I was hoping to mask myself with face paint.
There you go.
Unfortunately, the game will not let me do that.
Son of a bitch.
So I can only be seen. I can wear only so many boonie covers to try to hide myself.
My character looks like a JB Smoove with a Knicks jersey on. That's who I use on. Now, granted, it's very dumb wearing a bright orange and blue shirt in the middle of a battle because I'm very easily spotted. That's the first problem. But that's what my character looks like. So,
I wish I was able to even have those clothing. Because it would actually at least switch it up some of the times. But again, I need to get back to the fact that some of these kids really say some mind-blowing shit.
Hey, you know what? They do. I usually turn the mic off because you can hear them sometimes just losing their fucking minds.
Someone told me, well, they didn't tell me. They told another player as me that he was going to gang rape my mother.
Jesus.
And then take a shit on her chest.
I mean,
and then rip a knife into her chest and fuck the wound, sir.
That's just too much. Too many steps. Why all those things?
Mind you, living in this simulation, I have nightmares of this between every single game now.
I'm so sorry. That's got to be rough. Because you're just trying to do your job. You're just trying to shoot a couple people, you know? Man.
I'm hoping that once the simulation ends, they're able to mind sweep me so I don't have to remember any of the things that I've heard while playing online.
They got to be able to. I mean, hopefully that's part of the contract. Maybe check the fine print. Or maybe if you can renegotiate and add that in, that would be a very smart play in your.
I'm hoping so, sir. I'm hoping so.
Well, good luck. Yeah. Oh, geez. Have you ever gotten to fly a plane or drive a tank down the street just blowing shit up, or are you usually one getting run over?
I'm actually pretty good with the tanks. I'm pretty good with the large convoy trucks. Yeah. Unfortunately, I am rather deadly in the helicopter. When I say rather deadly, I mean deadly to myself and to my team members.
It's not easy to control.
Not at all.
No, I'll jump in. Yeah. Sorry,
I've crashed into trees. I've crashed directly into the ground. I've crashed into buildings. I've been shot down at least 782 times.
That's crazy. Wow. I'm so sorry. That's going to be terrifying.
And that was just on, one of the free play weekends.
That's when it gets really rowdy. I bet.
That's when all, as the kids call them, noobs join in.
Yeah. All the noobs. Yeah, double XP for the noobs, right? My good. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad if I jump in a chopper, as I call it, and then 3 random people jump in with me, like, let's go. I'm like, no. You don't want none of this. And I'll fly up 30 feet and then just completely crash because I can't control the thing. And I kill them too, and I feel terrible. But
just a little bit of inside tip.
Yeah.
When you jump out of the chopper at high altitudes, you can at least just pull a ripcord and just parachute down. A lot of people just fall to the death, and I don't understand why.
Well, I'm usually upside down in a helicopter. That's so they fall right to the blades when they jump out. I'm not very good at it.
I believe that was your 19th death with me.
I'm sorry. That's gotta. I mean, as much as 700 times, it's got to be terrifying. Just getting chopped up by a helicopter.
It's absolutely absurd.
Yeah, it's not like that gets old. That's always going to be fresh in your mind, I guess, right?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Can I just say that I'm very happy that you're allowing me to come on to your show and speak about this and speak about my experiences within the video game and my ongoing experiences.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you for all the service of men who have done this before me.
Sure.
My father, he actually played in Call of Duty 2.
Oh.
And it's an honor to be serving our country through video games.
Yes. I mean, I wish I could. That's great. And first of all, that's what we do in this podcast. We give people a platform to tell their story. We're very anti don't ask, don't tell, if you know what I mean here. Tell all you want. Right?
If that's the case, I will also like to tell you that sometimes before we parachute out, we're in the airplane right before we walk up to the end to jump out.
Yeah.
There have been things that have gone on in that airplane.
Oh, such as little razzing between soldiers, or what's going on there? A little hazing?
Romantic things have gone on in the airplane, sir.
Oh,
mid-flight,
okay.
Before we jumped out.
Hey, because it could be your last time on Earth, right? Why not?
Exactly.
I got you. A little hanky-panky, as we call it.
In the military, they call it don't ask, don't tell. And you said that I can tell, so.
Yes, please.
I'm here to tell.
Okay, that's good. Are you is it males, females, everybody just having a good time? Like a big old Playboy Mansion party?
Much like that, sir.
Okay, good.
Much like that. I'm glad this is unlike other games where you are actually on, ships with monsters and things of that nature. I've heard some horror stories and of anatomy not being able to fit in other areas of anatomy.
That could probably, yes, that's probably happens. Now, I mean, yeah, think about that. I mean, of course, what you're doing is terrifying for most people. You're getting shot at, you're shooting people, but you're not the Doom guy. The Doom guy is literally in hell, blowing away monsters and demons. Would you want to do something like that? He's got some crazy guns too, but do you think you would want to do something like that, or are you good with where you are here on Earth, or I guess Sim Earth?
I'd much rather be doing what I'm doing now.
Okay,
especially because my cousin actually was on the Doom contract.
Oh,
and he spoke none too highly about Doom.
I can't imagine that's fun.
Which is a little weird, especially because he got into the Doom contract. He signed up for it mainly because he saw the movie with The Rock.
Yeah.
And he thought it was cool, which, we all second guessed him about that.
Yeah, that's not a good thing to base any life decision on.
Absolutely not.
The Rock's Doom. Now, you mentioned before you're happy to serve our country. Right now, military and police are a hot button, especially right here in America.
Sure.
Like, how do you feel? You still feel proud to? I mean, again, we don't know what side you're on. Actually, I didn't even ask you. I guess sometimes it's two sides. They look the same, still blowing each other's heads off. They seem like they're both good guys. I don't know.
I am on the American side, sir.
Right. But so is the other team, it seems like half the time.
Well, I mean, the lines, like you said, the lines get blurred, especially when it comes to that airship.
Yeah.
Things get blurred very quickly.
I gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah. What are you doing when, okay, so for me, we start a game and we have to wait like a minute and a half and it's kind of loading up. What are you doing in that time? Is that where all the fun happens? Yeah.
We are fornicating on the ship, sir.
Okay. Is that how come? Look, I get that. Why not? Right? The opportunity is there. Everybody's willing participant. How come you don't do it before, or especially after the match is over? Because it seems like you have a very short window there. I don't know. You should be ready.
It's one of the few times we're being uncontrolled.
Oh, okay.
So therefore, when the iron's hot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So you finally have free will.
Indeed.
there. Okay, that makes sense, sir. Very good. Yeah. So next time it loads, I'll just leave my control. I sit there and fidget with the buttons. Maybe I'll just stop next time. I don't know if I'm ruining it for anybody. If I'm ruining their action.
Not necessarily, but sometimes the twitches actually help the orgasm.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, sir.
I spoke too freely.
It's okay, very free. I'm a rocket launcher guy. I love carrying a rocket launcher on my back. Again, with the camouflage, my rocket launcher, my friend Jeff says it looks like I have a Christmas present wrapped on my back because it's like bright orange and like it's got designs on it. It looks like wrapping paper. Nothing better than taking out a guy 100 yards away who's sitting there trying to snipe with a rocket launcher. That's one of my favorite things to do. Are you a rocket launcher guy? Do you like the pistol? What's your secondary weapon, Corporal Jones?
Personally, I like to actually pick up another another person's weapon, and use that. So I have two primary weapons.
But
if I had to choose, I'd probably go with the rocket launcher so I can take down, flying the helicopters and such.
You forgot what it was called?
Yes, sir, I did.
You've been shot a lot. I understand. Those flying thing. Yeah, I love shooting.
I've been hit by many a car.
I know. I'm so sorry. It shows. Yeah, I if I see the enemy UAV, boom, I point that rocket launcher right at the sky and I blow the thing out of the sky. I love it. Love doing that. We again, my squad, we're called the Fingy Squad. Long story, I'll tell you another time. But we a few of the people use the claymores, and we call them Claymore and Flanagan's, of course. And they work, man. That's when an enemy doesn't know that a claymore is there and they just step on and get blown to bits. You just gotta laugh, right? Although I'm sorry if that brings up bad memories for you. I'm guessing you stepped on a few claymore mines.
I actually was killed by a claymore, and then when I parachuted back down into the fight, I landed on another claymore and was immediately killed again.
Jesus, it's really not a safe area to land.
So I don't have a great track record with claymores, sir.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry to bring it up. They are fun. They're good. They're a good. I guess what's it called, a consumable, a throwable item.
I would also like to remind you not to hold your grenades and cook them too long in your hand to explode, because you have done that 6 times.
At least, yes. I'm sorry. Sometimes you just get excited. You're like, hold on, wait, perfect aim. Too late. So you have very precious time to do that.
It happens to the best of us, but obviously sometimes that's not the best thing for us. Us being me.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to be more aware next time. Big fan of the sentry gun. That's one of my favorite things. That automatic shielded gun. That just mows down people. That's my favorite kill streak to get because it's the highest kill streak I can get, which is 7. I can't get any more than that. Damn if I've tried, but sentry guns are fun. Right?
Yeah, I tend to find myself only getting a UAV, and that's pretty much about it before I'm killed. Personal
radar, maybe just one or two kills.
That's pretty much about it.
Okay.
Personal radar comes up, and I pretty much, know that the person controlling me is going to run into a direction that's going to get him sniped.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned earlier, Corporal Jones, you were demoted. Was it your lack of wins, or so to speak, or are you looking to get promoted again to climb the ranks? What happened there? Can we talk about that at all?
I led a squad astray far too many times, sir. Far too many times.
So sorry.
I have yet to ever win a war zone, a loot game,
deathmatch, all that stuff, right?
None of them.
I'm sorry.
Nothing that is team based I've been able to win. Therefore, I've been demoted from a sergeant as a team lead back to a corporal. So they want me to start all over again in my training.
All right. Well, at least you still have some title, or is you're not like first day you're a corporal, right? You're a soldier, you're a grunt, or whatever it is. I don't know if that's how it works.
Pretty much, you're a corporal as soon as you begin.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's not a good thing to have, especially since I have 6 years in the military.
6. Okay. So you usually generals have like 30 or 40 years. It seems like, right? I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So but hey, by the time your contract's up, hopefully you become a general or super general or something.
That's what I'm hoping, sir.
Do you like the term lieutenant or lieutenant? I hate when they say lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
That's just me when I hear that in movies.
I have never seen a movie where they said lieutenant.
I've heard it before. I swear to God, a bunch of times. Maybe it's like a certain language. I don't know. Like, come here, lieutenant. It just sounds silly to me.
Seems to me that person does not know the military lifestyle, sir.
I think so too. Now, you said you let a lot of troops astray right into, I guess, almost certain death, it seems like. That's the thing. Is there like an unlimited type of budget? Why do you send in so many troops over and over and over again? What's the end goal there? Because you just, like, for example, in a death match,
yes, sir.
The name is pretty clear what you're trying to do, except you got to die 75 times, which seems a lot. What's the goal there? Is just to kill their snipers as many times as possible, or why do you send in so many troops over and over again?
To eliminate the other team, more times than they can eliminate you in a allotted amount of time. Mind you, at the same time, it is pretty much a meat grinder, to say the least.
Sure.
Because grenades are blowing up all around you, though your grenade launchers are being shot from all the different directions. So of all times to be playing a game, that is probably one of the worst, because there is constant death going around you at a blink of an eye. Someone is dying.
Yeah. There are times, especially on the smaller maps, I will spawn like in a bullet and just die immediately. It seems like you can't help yourself. It's pretty,
or especially the map with, it seems like almost like an oil rig in the center of it.
Oh yeah, Rust. It's called Rust, I think.
Once someone pops that helicopter, oh boy, it's going to be a bad day.
Yeah, those are the ones where you just throw grenades. Every time you spawn, just throw a grenade somewhere. You'll probably hit somebody.
It's sometimes the only thing you can do.
Yeah. Friendly fire is that's probably something you're very keen to, I would guess, by accident, right? Either on both ends of it.
Luckily, with the program created, friendly fire doesn't hurt.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, it's annoying because it will shock you, and make you turn the other way, which you then catch a bullet from a sniper from the way that you were probably just looking at.
I gotcha. It's kind of a dumb name, friendly fire. It still hurts. It's still a bullet most of the time.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
There's nothing friendly about a bullet hitting you in the side.
They should change that, I think. Also, again, with this seemingly unlimited budget you guys have, let's be honest, cluster strikes, they got to cost a shitload of money. Maybe if you're lucky, you're going to kill one person with a cluster strike, right? What's the deal with that? I mean, they don't work. Tell your generals that they don't work, and there needs to be something better.
I feel as that the cluster strikes and airstrikes are pretty much pretty old to in the military. We use them pretty proficiently during the Vietnam Wars and the Korean Wars and things of that nature. Yeah. And sometimes old habits died hard, for sure. Old habits die hard.
They should get rid of that one, man.
I actually would wish that they bring back napalm. That would actually probably be a little bit better.
Is napalm a little more dangerous for everybody involved?
It's a little bit more dangerous for the environment. This is dangerous for anyone else that the napalm, actually comes in contact with.
Right.
But as far as within a video game setting, as a friendly, it would just be a nice little sprinkle over my head.
Okay.
But a terror for the enemy.
It's a guaranteed win too, almost, right?
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay, so sometimes you gotta weigh the pros and cons. Yeah. What else do you want? I mean, we talked about the don't ask, don't tell. What else do you want to tell our fans? We got to go soon. What else is there out there that maybe we're not aware of? That are we doing something wrong in the game that we shouldn't be doing? Is there something we could be doing better? What do you want to tell all of our fans, especially all these white little incels that play this game? What can we tell them? As a corporal who's been doing this for a while, what's some advice?
Again, permission to speak freely, sir.
Please, sir.
If you're playing this game You need to realize that it's just a game. You are not a soldier.
Yeah.
You do not know how to handle a gun.
Preach.
You have no idea what the fuck you're doing.
That's right.
So if you try to take this bullshit out onto the street, you will be murdered. You'll be murdered by everyone.
Yeah.
Don't think that you're somebody that you are not. I am you may be controlling me, but I am the one, unfortunately, dealing with the consequences of your shitty actions.
Right. Yeah.
So I guess the only thing I really have to say to you and everyone else out there, you've proved to me why you are not military material.
Look at this.
You are not a soldier.
Yeah.
You will never be a soldier.
Nope.
And if an uprising happened and there was war, you would be the first one to go because you make terrible decisions that are tactical when it comes to winning a war.
I feel like you're talking right to me here.
And on top of that, be nice to each other.
Yeah, definitely. All that's great advice.
Now I understand you being nice and being mean to people from other countries, as that is the United States way. But we need to be nice to each other as we're all Americans.
Look at this.
And I'm stuck in this video game for the next 49 years and 6 months for your entertainment and your freedom. Because when I come out in 49 years and 6 months, I will then be back again on the front lines. And if you people keep acting like this, you're going to fuck my country up before I can even get out to enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't think you got to wait that long. I think it's already pretty fucked up. But that was a beautiful speech. I agree with everything you said. Yeah.
Thank you.
I would never, as good as I try to get at the game or have gotten, I've improved, obviously, but there's no way I think I can go out there and with a gun and do this shit for real. Just like I wouldn't play Gran Turismo for real. I'm not going to drive a car that fast around these streets. Come on.
You know, everybody thinks that they're a soldier until somebody sneaks up behind them and digs a 7-inch knife into their back. Seriously. And then rips it up to their throat and then just rips out their guts.
Seriously.
That's when you realize that you are not a soldier.
Yeah. The only game I can do in real life is probably Bubble Bobble. I'll just keep eating shit. That's the only thing I'd be good at. Games are made to be fantasy and not real. Corporal Joe's. What a great speech.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your words as well.
Hey, I'm trying. You've inspired millions right now, I think. Listen to this. That's great. Man. Yeah, I mean, you're so right with that. Just play the game. And when you turn it off, just turn it off, man. Don't think you're still a soldier. Because you still probably died 6, 7, 8 times just in that one 10-minute match. Right? Everyone
Indeed.
dies. Yeah.
And also I'd like to put out there that supposed quote unquote gay shit ain't that bad.
It's not.
Ain't that bad. No. When it's your only option, it's quite invigorating.
Yeah. Now, teabagging before you leave. Teabagging is a big thing sometimes in your type of games.
I do not like. Because if anyone's going to squat over me and drop his nutsack on my face, they better have permission before they do it.
It better be
consent.
It better be your own squad mate.
Indeed. Consent is a thing in war as well.
Yeah. Friendly teabagging. Come on. Right? Better one of your own bunk mates or something. You guys sleep in bunks? Okay.
We do sleep in bunks in the military, sir.
Okay, good. Wow.
Unfortunately, due to the nature of this video game, for the most part, I find myself sleeping in a gurney.
Yeah, in the Gulag, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Or nearby,
waiting for my opportunity.
Right. Once you escape
to get killed, yet again.
Seriously, you gotta find the knife and start shanking people with guns. Not as easy as it sounds.
It is not. It is not. Yeah. And you know what? On top of that, it seems like a lot of people out there have some form of Parkinson's because they cannot maintain a steady field of vision for me. And it's all shaky. It's all over the place.
Right.
And even though the person standing right in front of me, I tend to hit 10 to 12 feet around them, above them, beside them, anywhere else but the target ahead.
Yeah. Now, okay, before we go again, in 50 years, this game may be completely different than what we know as it now. Maybe virtual reality right inside our heads. Is this just for Call of Duty, or do you have maybe could you branch out and do another game? I don't know if you want to do like a Mortal Kombat type of thing. Would that be too much, or do you want to get into different games, or are you set on being a soldier like this?
I was contracted to be a soldier. I'm most likely going to stay within the realm of war.
Sure.
But I do have friends who are playing in other games, you know, and those seem to be a little bit easier on the conscience.
Yeah. Right.
And also just on the general mental health, as people, you know, don't get an opportunity to say wild and crazy things.
Yeah, I guess if you're killing monsters versus killing humans over and over again, that's going to do something to your mind. Killing monsters, like, yeah, whatever, it's a monster, it's an alien, it's evil probably, but killing a human who are mostly evil too, so I guess it kind of gets to you, you know.
Indeed, sir.
Yeah.
I will tell you one thing.
Just go for it.
I'm sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, I have a little bit of PTSD, and sometimes I forget because I've seen so many body parts strewn over a field.
Yeah,
it's mowed down by century after century.
I know.
UAVs just lighting up where you were, even though you were hiding for the last 10 minutes.
Right?
You thought you were safe.
They always find you somehow. They always do it. Yeah. Hey, you want to play a quick game with me before we go?
Would love to, sir.
Let's play a game, everybody. Of Wed, Bed, Dead. So, sir, this is a game. I'm going to give you 3 video game characters. All you got to do is tell me who you want to wed, who you want to bed, and who you want dead. Okay. These are all random right before the show. Beep, bop, boop. And I swear to God, this is not because of you. These all have some type of military background. All 3 of these characters. I did not plan this. Wow. This is crazy. Yeah. So this first one, if you look here, her name is Sea Viper. She's from Street Fighter 4. She's a special she's a secret CIA agent. Look at that, huh? And she's got a special suit that has guns and weapons in it. She's got long ass hair, very long. She can use that to choke people, I think. And that's her. She's got it's like a business suit, but it's a deadly suit. Okay, she's very deadly as well. She's a top secret CIA agent. She's
a high-end operative.
Yes, right. This next one from everybody loves this game, from Final Fantasy VII, Barrett. So this guy, he's like the leader of I think it's called Avalanche. I think he eventually has a gun arm, which is pretty cool, right? Would you want a gun arm? I would think
I feel like it really wouldn't matter.
Okay.
Because, you know, I would still get riddled with bullets.
Yeah.
From 300 to 400 yards away.
That's true. Maybe you can block it with the gun, with the metal arm. I don't know. But Barrett's a big tough guy. He's got some.
There'll be headshots.
Yeah.
There'll likely be a headshot. I get
true.
it.
Yeah. Very cool character though. People love him. He's got dog tags on. He's a leader of a resistance organization. So good guy technically. And this guy, one of the most famous video game soldiers ever, Solid Snake from the Metal Gear series. So Snake, he's got a little rocket launcher. He loves hiding in boxes. That's his camouflage. He'll just, if you got a cardboard box, he will hide in that shit. All right. Very, very gruff voice. He's been smoking his whole life type of thing. Grenades, guns, all that stuff. But he has seen some shit too. He's a little fucked up in the head, Solid Snake. So, but Corporal Jones, you can go for it. What are your choices here? We got Sea Viper, Barrett, and Solid Snake. Wed, Bed, Dead. What are your choices here, sir?
Well, I would have to say, first of all, I will wed Sea Viper.
Okay.
Mainly because I think that she could be an integral part to my squad.
Yeah.
She has a great armory, within her suit.
Yeah.
And she would also cause as distraction from other players on the field, which would then give us the upper hand, so we're able to eradicate the enemy.
Interesting. Good idea. Good reason there. Yeah.
As far as bed,
yeah, Barrett or Snake. It's tricky
because I feel like Snake and I would be kindred spirits.
Yeah,
mainly because of the fact that he's seen the hardships of war, much as I have. to such a great extent.
Yes.
And his raspy voice would be rather sexy.
Be a nice be a nice cuddle session afterwards, I think, you two.
Yeah, and he has very defined delts.
He does. Yes. Definitely.
But at the same time, Barrett is rather strapping himself.
Yeah.
And that machine gun, well, that arm, which is kind of a machine gun, could pose something a little bit different, when it comes to the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
And I wonder what the steel would feel like against my member, against my Full Metal Jacket, if you know what I mean.
We do. So what do you think? It's definitely a tough choice.
I would actually have to go with Snake.
You got a bed Snake?
I'm going to bet Snake.
Interesting.
I feel like we'd be able to really connect on a deeper level.
Yeah.
As far as what the task is at hand. Yeah. And if I ended up seeing him out on the field, I know that he would spare my life and take it easy on me if he could, due to the people he's being controlled by.
Yeah, and he's good at hiding it out in the field. He probably lasts a long time out there.
Yes.
So, okay.
I mean, hopefully he would finish off within the circle at the end.
Is that a euphemism?
Well, in Warzone,
sure.
At the end, as the circle starts to close in, hopefully he's hiding in a box, which happens to be in the center of the circle.
Yes. Okay. Gotcha.
But also at the same time, the circle, which can also stand in for my rectum.
Exactly. That's right. Great entendre there.
So I would also, that being said, I'd have to dead Barrett.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like, he would be a good companion on the field.
Okay.
His arm cannon type deal, rally. It's not a rally. Actually, a rally gun. It's not great accuracy with that.
Right.
He'd probably end up friendly firing on me quite a number of times, which would then, again, like I said earlier, distract me and catch me a bullet right between the eyes.
He's a loose cannon, as they say. Yeah.
Very much so. But at the same time, in Final Fantasy VI, there was, a way where Barrett actually went on a date with Cloud, which I found rather cute.
Oh, before we have Twitter blowing up, Final Fantasy VII, I believe, before the nerds go crazy.
Yes,
yeah,
Final Fantasy VII.
You knew what you were saying. I just wanted to clear that, people.
Fair.
Final
Fantasy VII.
You know how these incels get.
Yeah, he went on a date with Cloud, and I thought that it was rather sweet. So I feel like if we were to have a romantic encounter, he'd be rather tender.
I gotcha. Interesting. Great, solid choices for all those. You gave me something to think about. But here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to wed Sea Viper as well, but for the reason that because she's so in top secret CIA, I want to know those secrets. I want her to come home after a long night. Hey, honey, tell me about your day. No, I can't. Oh, come on, tell me one thing. All right, we have aliens. What? Like, that's what I want. I want to know if we got aliens. I feel like she would know that.
But under the same, at the same time, she is contracted not to divulge that information. You pushing too hard may cause her to kill you.
That's true, too. And that's a risk I'm willing to take if I know there's aliens somewhere on Earth.
Fair.
You know what I mean? So, but you know how it is. Sometimes you can tell your spouse things that legally you shouldn't tell anybody else, but you're allowed to tell your wife type of thing or husband. So hopefully I get some secrets out of her. Even just a couple goodies. I didn't know that. Trump's got a tiny dick. Interesting. Well, we kind of knew that. Well, but anyway, yeah.
I will say that regardless of the fact that I don't like him, I am, being in the military, I'm supposed to uphold, the office.
Right.
And he is my commander in chief.
That sucks.
But all that being said, at the same time, it's a good time to go into a video game because in 50 years, I know for sure there's no Trump.
Well, maybe. We hope not. He might have figured something out. Or not him, but his minions. So this next one, though, this is definitely tricky. But I am going to bed Barrett. I think he'll be a good time. I think he'll be cracking jokes the whole time because, again, even though he's a large feller, I've never had a large feller, obviously. I think it might hurt, but because he's back there cracking jokes, I might loosen up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I might be like, oh, this isn't so bad. He's having a good time back there. Let's all enjoy it if we can, because he talks a lot. He's a bit of a chatterbox, but he's funny. He's got a good sense of humor. And then Snake, unfortunately, he's gonna have to go in this situation here. I'm gonna have to dead him. Might just like tape him in a box and tape all the air holes shut while he's hiding, and just leave him and see what happens.
You know, sir, after
Yes.
listening to you, I think I may have to change my answer.
For Barrett?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Barrett.
Yeah,
I think it's, you know, for one, Black Love.
definitely.
I think we could do something special.
Yes,
I think
both soldiers.
I would have to marry Barrett,
Oh, okay.
and then you know, again, I will kill Snake.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, the agent,
Sea Viper.
Sea Viper. She, I would bed her because I am rather confident in my abilities to be able to win her on my side, and she can still be a force out in the field.
Look at that. Yeah, we rarely get changes. That was a good change, though. It makes a lot of sense. I like it. Man, Corporal Jones, this has been outstanding having you on. I salute you.
Thanks, sir.
I thank you for your multiple services that
Thank you, sir.
you've given us and me. And I'm sorry. Next, I'll keep it. So, what is your fatigues out there? What is your attire? Just so I know it's you.
You'll see me in a boonie cover, a little bit of war paint on. I am in fatigues.
Okay.
So yeah, African American gentleman. So just know I'm there. Sometimes I'll moonlight, you know, in a different outfit. The dude with no shirt on.
Okay.
You know, sometimes that you may catch me as that person, but
Yeah.
I don't like to technically do that character because no shirt during wartime, it just really doesn't work out too well for you.
Little cocky.
Shrapnel and such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. I will try to just maybe graze your shoulder instead of going for the headshot if I see you out there.
Appreciate it.
Definitely. Appreciate you. Thank you for everything. Thanks for coming on. And everybody else, thank you so much for listening to this amazing episode. And we will talk to you all next week. Bye.
Goodbye.
Today's playable character was played by Justin Brown. Check out his podcast, Medium Popcorn Podcast. Check it out on Twitter @MediumP Podcast. And check out his socials @JBrownDidIt.